When we start out, most of us don't have a lot of money, but plenty of time. So what we end up doing is using that time in the marketplace of life, where we trade it for various things. We trade our weeks and months for a certain lifestyle, for money, for cars, homes, and travel. Essentially, we make exchanges. You can evaluate whether you've been a good trader by looking at your life's quality today. Did you trade well? If you've used your time wisely, if you've invested it well, then you likely have a great lifestyle. This means you might have a nice home, a good car, money saved up because you made valuable exchanges with your time. So what is the very best investment of your time? Experts often advise that the best way to invest your time is to improve your ability to earn money. This means spending money and your time on improving the skills that are most important to you. Among all the tasks you do, the most valuable one is thinking. The reason thinking is key is because of its consequences. When I started learning about time management years ago and began writing about it, I came across the concept of consequences, and it had a profound impact on me. What this idea suggests is that the outcomes of an event or action determine its value. The consequences of an event determine whether or not it's valuable or unimportant. If something has significant potential consequences, it's important. On the other hand, if something has low or no potential consequences, it's not as important. Trying to solve time management issues solely by increasing productivity isn't enough. No matter how many techniques you learn, there will always be more work than you can handle within the available time, no matter how much time you have. To gain better control of your time and life, you need to change how you think, work, and handle the constant flow of responsibilities that come your way every day. This means focusing on important tasks and reducing the things that don't make a big impact on your life. Many people wonder how to organize their lives when they're overwhelmed with work and have limited time. It can feel chaotic with constant phone calls, unexpected emergencies, delays in expected events, and increased costs. This is a common experience as we live in a world full of opportunities and distractions. We often take on too much, saying yes to everything that comes our way. First, you need to take control. To start taking control, you should first understand who you are by recognizing your natural talents, what you enjoy doing, and your dreams if money wasn't a concern. This self-reflection helps prioritize your activities and align them with your abilities and aspirations. Imagine you could work anywhere, doing any job in any industry or in any part of the country. What would you choose? Take some time to really think about it. At Stanford University, they have an innovative exercise in their business program that helps with creative thinking. Let's say you suddenly have $10 million in your bank account, just for fun, like winning a lottery. But at the same time, you have an illness that can't be cured and you only have 5 years left to live. Now, with $10 million and a limited time ahead, what decisions would you make for your life? Some things might become less important, while others become more meaningful when you think about having limited time and lots of money. As a young man, I came across a fact that said, the average person only uses a small part of their abilities, like around 10%. This means a lot of potential remains untapped, about 90%. But recent research shows that the truth is even more surprising. On average, people actually only use about 2% of their potential. The remaining 98% stays hidden, like a treasure buried underground, never being used. What's even more interesting is how people use this small portion of their potential. They mainly use it for everyday things like talking at work or with friends. Spend a lot of time watching screens, like computers or TVs, for about 3 to 5 hours every day. Now, much of what they watch falls into a category that's completely irrelevant and unimportant. It makes no difference in their lives at all. Now, when you repeatedly do something, it becomes a habit. Nowadays, many people have developed a habit of spending a lot of time in front of screens. This constant screen time slows down their lives significantly. So it's essential to ask yourself if this screen time is a valuable use of your time. Does it have significant consequences for your life? When I delved into studying and thinking deeply, I asked myself, what activity has the most significant potential impact on one's life? The answer is thinking, because the quality of your thinking directly influences the quality of your actions. And in turn, the quality of your actions determines the outcomes and results you achieve in life. Regardless of your age, this principle holds true. When we observe successful people, we notice a key quality they possess. They achieve significant results. They are known for their ability to produce outcomes and are highly focused on getting results. On the other hand, when we look at unhappy and unsuccessful individuals, we often find that they waste most of their time. In the workplace, many people spend a considerable amount of time engaging in unproductive activities. For instance, instead of starting work right away in the morning, they tend to socialize with their colleagues. You'll often find everyone chatting instead of focusing on their work. This pattern continues throughout the day, with breaks for lunch, checking emails, having coffee breaks, and then they go home. The contrast between successful and unsuccessful people lies in how they utilize their time. Successful individuals prioritize achieving results, while those who are less successful often waste time on activities that don't contribute to their goals. I've observed that the typical work hours in Russia are from around 8 o'clock in the morning to about 5 o'clock in the evening. However, when I'm driving around 3:30 in the afternoon, I notice that the roads are already crowded with cars. Why is that? It's because many people finish work at 5 o'clock, but start heading home early around 3:30. So they can go home, watch television, or beat the traffic rush. You see, a lot of time at work is wasted. When you're at work, focus on working all the time. When you start your day in the morning, dive into your task and stay focused throughout the day. If someone tries to chat with you about non-work matters, politely let them know that you're busy and suggest chatting later after work or during the weekend. By doing this, you create a boundary that prioritizes your work. Over time, people will realize that you're serious about your work, and they'll start seeking conversations elsewhere. This way, you can accomplish 2 or 3 times more each day by simply staying dedicated to your work without distractions. If you make it a habit to work consistently throughout the day, you'll see significant benefits. You'll become more productive, earn more money, and climb the ladder of success faster. This principle applies globally, regardless of the circumstances. In today's fast-paced world, many people feel overwhelmed with their workload and struggle to find enough time to complete everything. It's like a never-ending cycle where new tasks and responsibilities keep coming in, making it impossible to catch up fully. As a result, you may always feel like you're falling behind in some areas. However, in this hectic environment, your ability to prioritize tasks and focus on the most important ones at any given moment becomes crucial. Starting and completing these tasks efficiently and effectively can have a significant impact on your overall success, more so than any other skill or quality you may possess. An average person who learns how to set clear goals and finish important tasks promptly can achieve more than a genius who only talks and makes great plans, but doesn't accomplish much. This means that focusing on priorities and taking swift action is more effective than just having smart ideas and talking about them without taking real steps to complete them. Many individuals have discussed the idea of beginning each day by taking on the most difficult task first, which is sometimes compared to facing a daunting challenge head-on. This means tackling the most challenging or unpleasant task right away. The idea is that once you've dealt with the hardest thing, the rest of your day will likely be easier and more enjoyable by comparison. It's a way to prioritize your task and set a positive tone for the day ahead. Your biggest and most crucial task is like the cornerstone of your progress. It's the one you're most likely to delay or put off if you don't take action on it immediately. However, it's also the task that can bring about the most significant positive changes in your life and outcomes right now. Prioritizing this task and completing it promptly can lead to substantial benefits and improvements in various areas of your life. Another piece of advice often shared is that if you have to handle 2 challenging tasks, start with the tougher one first. This means prioritizing and tackling the most significant, hardest, and most difficult task before moving on to the next one. Discipline yourself to start working on a task right away and continue until it's finished before moving on to something else. Consider it a test or a personal challenge. Avoid the temptation to begin with the easier task. Instead, prioritize and conquer the more difficult ones first. This approach will help you build discipline and achieve better results. Every day, remind yourself that one of the most crucial decisions you make is choosing what task to do right away and what task to postpone or perhaps even skip. This decision can significantly impact your productivity and success. To achieve high levels of performance and productivity, it's important to make a habit of tackling your most important task early in the day. This means starting with your biggest challenge right away, without overthinking it. Research consistently shows that individuals who take immediate action and stay focused on their major task tend to earn higher salaries and get promoted faster. Successful people are characterized by their ability to dive into important tasks right away and maintain a steady and focused work ethic until those tasks are finished. So the key is simple. Every morning, aim to wake up at least 2 hours before you need to leave for your commitments. This early time is crucial for investing in what we call the golden hour, which is the first hour of your day dedicated to yourself. Use this golden hour to read something that inspires, educates, motivates, or nurtures your spirituality. We call it food for your mind. So prioritize uplifting material over newspapers, magazines, or television. Customize your reading material to align with your interests and objectives. For instance, if you're in sales, read about sales techniques. If spirituality is important to you, focus on spiritual text. Seek out motivational content if you need a boost. Spending this dedicated hour each morning will prepare your mind for the day ahead. Think of the first hour as the rudder that guides your entire day. It's truly the golden hour. By investing this time in yourself, just like you would with an hour of physical exercise, you'll feel mentally energized and ready to tackle whatever comes your way throughout the day. Step number 2 in the formula for success involves creating a list of all the tasks you need to do that day. Sit down and jot down everything you have to accomplish, planning out your day in advance. Moving on to step number 3, it's important to organize your list based on priorities. Determine which tasks are the most important, followed by those of lesser importance. Assign a number to each task in order of priority, such as number 1 for the most important, number 2 for the next priority, and so on. The 4th step is to begin working on your most important task. As we mentioned earlier, focus on it with full concentration, dedication, and discipline until it's completed. Then move on to the 2nd task and apply the same level of focus. Make sure to finish each task you start, sticking with it until it's completely done. It's astounding how many people struggle to complete their task. In a recent study involving 106 chief executive officers, they were asked to identify the most important qualities for success in their company out of 26 options. Almost unanimously, they agreed on 2 key qualities: the ability to set priorities, distinguishing what's important from what's not, and a sense of urgency. The capacity to dive into tasks and finish them promptly. These qualities are essential for achieving success and making progress in any enterprise. In our society, particularly in the business sector, your income and advancement often depend on achieving clear, measurable outcomes. You're rewarded for making a meaningful impact and, more importantly, delivering the results that are required or anticipated from you. This means that your success and progression are directly tied to your ability to produce tangible and valuable contributions to your organization or field. One of the major challenges faced by organizations today is the failure to take action. Many individuals mistakenly equate being busy with accomplishing tasks. They engage in constant discussions, hold numerous meetings, and create elaborate plans. However, when it comes down to it, no one actually completes the necessary work or achieves the desired outcomes. The reality is that a significant portion of your success, up to 95%, is determined by the habits you develop over time. These habits include setting priorities, overcoming procrastination, and focusing on your most important task. Developing these habits is both a mental and physical skill that can be learned through consistent practice and repetition. As you continue to practice these habits, they become ingrained in your subconscious mind and become a natural part of your behavior. Once these habits become second nature, they become automatic and effortless to execute. This shift in behavior can greatly improve your productivity and effectiveness in both your personal and professional life. Becoming an expert in time management requires mastering the art of setting precise goals and objectives for every aspect of your life, especially your professional endeavors. The ability to set clear goals and objectives can dramatically increase your productivity by up to 50% almost instantly, as it helps you gain a deeper understanding of your task and how to approach them. We often advise individuals to ask themselves, what exactly am I trying to achieve? How am I going to achieve it? Surprisingly, up to 80% of people currently employed are unclear about the answers to these fundamental questions. In fact, after interviewing thousands of workers, it's been found that the primary source of stress in the American workplace stems from not knowing what is expected of them. This lack of clarity regarding expectations can lead to confusion, inefficiency, and increased stress levels. Your skill in setting clear goals and objectives for your work plays a crucial role in determining your productivity and success. It has a significant impact on the quality of your output. Surprisingly, one of the biggest time wasters is excelling at tasks that aren't necessary in the first place. Your mind and emotions are wired in a way that completing tasks brings you satisfaction and joy. It increases your morale and makes you feel accomplished, like a winner. This positive feeling is a powerful motivator that drives you to keep working efficiently and effectively. Whenever you finish a task, whether it's big or small, you experience a burst of energy, excitement, and pride in yourself. The bigger the task you complete, the more joy, confidence, and empowerment you feel both in yourself and in your surroundings. The rush of endorphins you get from completing a task contributes to a natural high. This feeling makes you more creative and bolsters your self-assurance. One of the key secrets to success is developing a positive addiction to endorphins. These are natural chemicals in your brain that give you a boost of clarity, confidence, and happiness. As you become addicted to this positive feeling, you naturally start organizing your life to tackle and finish increasingly important tasks and projects. This addiction isn't harmful. Instead, it drives you to seek success and make meaningful contributions in your life. One of the key factors for leading a fulfilling life, achieving success in your career, and feeling great about yourself is to cultivate the habit of initiating and completing significant tasks and projects. When you consistently start and finish important tasks, you create a positive cycle of progress and accomplishment. This habit not only helps you achieve your goals, but also increase your confidence and satisfaction with your life and work. As you continue practicing this behavior, it will become more ingrained in your routine, making it easier for you to finish important tasks rather than leaving them incomplete. It's similar to the story of a man asking a musician on a New York street how to get to Carnegie Hall. The musician's simple answer was, "Practice, my friend, practice." This highlights the importance of practice in mastering any new skill. Luckily, your mind works similarly to a muscle. It becomes stronger and more proficient with practice and use. Through consistent practice, you have the ability to learn any behavior or develop any habit that you find beneficial or crucial. In particular, acquiring habits like focus and concentration requires 3 key qualities, all of which can be learned. That is decision-making, discipline, and determination. Decision-making is about making a choice and committing to it, deciding what habits you want to develop and taking the necessary steps to cultivate them. Discipline involves sticking to your chosen habits, even when it's challenging or tempting to stray from them. Determination is the drive and perseverance to keep going, even in the face of obstacles or setbacks. To develop the habit of completing tasks effectively, you need to follow 3 important steps. Firstly, you must decide and commit to making task completion a regular part of your routine. This decision is crucial as it sets the foundation for developing the habit. Secondly, you need to discipline yourself to consistently practice the principles and strategies you are learning until you become proficient at them. This involves dedicating time and effort to practicing task completion until it becomes second nature to you. Lastly, it's important to approach this with determination. Stay committed and persistent in your efforts until the habit of completing tasks is deeply ingrained and becomes a natural part of who you are. This determination will help you overcome challenges and setbacks along the way, ensuring that the habit remains strong and lasting in your personality. There's a unique approach that can speed up your journey towards becoming the productive, effective, and efficient person you aspire to be. This method involves consistently focusing on the rewards and advantages of being someone who takes action quickly, stays focused, and moves swiftly. By constantly reminding yourself of the benefits of being proactive and goal-oriented, you can strengthen your motivation and drive to excel. Think about how being action-oriented can help you achieve your goals faster, how staying focused can lead to better outcomes, and how moving swiftly can give you a competitive edge. This positive mindset will reinforce your commitment to adopting these qualities and behaviors, making it easier for you to develop into the successful and accomplished person you envision. The Imagine yourself as someone who consistently completes important tasks quickly and efficiently. The mental image you have of yourself greatly influences your actions. Visualize yourself as the person you aspire to become in the future. Your internal self-image significantly influences your external performance. When you see yourself as a proactive and capable individual who accomplishes tasks effectively, you're more likely to exhibit such behaviors in reality. This positive self-image can increase your confidence, motivation, and overall performance. It's important to cultivate a strong and positive self-image to achieve success and satisfaction in your endeavors. Here's a good quote from Jim Cathcart. "The person you see is the person you will be." You possess an incredible potential to learn and acquire new skills, habits, and capabilities. By consistently practicing and repeating tasks, you can train yourself to overcome procrastination and finish your most crucial task promptly. This proactive approach will propel you onto the fast track in your life and career, allowing you to accelerate your progress. So let's tackle those challenging tasks head on and make significant strides towards our goals.